this video series is going to get you prepared to pass the NASM certification specifically. It would be disingenuous for me to say I have, all the different certifications in the world, but 10 years ago when I first started out, for Christmas, I actually ordered the previous handbooks for NASM, ISSA, ACE, and the NSCP. Okay, so I studied all the different ones, and what I found is a lot of them have some very common things, such as statistics, such as backgrounds on fitness in America. So for this video, and for this specifically, it's going to be focused on the NASM certification, the National Academy of Sports Medicine. That's what I ended up actually getting certified in. Now, when you are studying for a personal training certification, like the NASM cert, there's a lot of things in there that are important, but there's a lot of fluff as well. So what I'm going to do is boil it down to the most important things that you need to understand and remember to be able to pass the test. All right, so most of the personal training certification handbooks are going to start out with some background, why you should be a personal trainer, and some statistics on health and fitness in America. So not a lot of it is going to be on the test, but what is going to be on the test is understanding some specific statistics. So it's going to be important that you remember some of these, okay? So for instance, it's going to be important that you understand that 2/3 of the population in America is overweight or obese. And obesity is defined as having a BMI of 29.9 or higher, or being 30 plus pounds over your goal weight for your height. Being overweight is characterized as being at a BMI of 25 to 29.9. And it's also important to remember that your cholesterol should be under 200. These are things you're going to want to make sure that you commit to memory and that you remember and understand. Now, for this test in particular, for NASM, they operate on what's called the OPT model, which essentially has 5 phases. And this is going to be referenced a lot with tons of diagrams, and you're going to get a PDF that's going to show you how this correlates to rep ranges. So make sure to pay attention to this part, okay? So it starts out with phase 1, which is the stabilization phase. Phase 2 is going to be the muscular strength phase. Phase 3 is going to be muscular development, but in previous years, it's also been called hypertrophy. So hypertrophy and muscular strength, both of those are going to be interchangeable. Phase 4 is going to be max strength. And lastly, stage 5 is going to be the power phase. So very important to remember the OPT model and the 5 phases. One of them is going to be a stabilization, 3 of them are going to be in the strength category, and 1 for power. When it comes to the history and the statistics, not so much important to remember the history, but it is important to remember the numbers, the data, the statistics, as mentioned above.